Welcome, Leo. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is a romantic or love reading for the week of March 2nd. Yes, it's a day late. So for this week, for the upcoming week, what do we got going on for our Leos? Keep in mind this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, and you can also check out your other placements for more information. And if you're enjoying the content, please hit that thumbs up button. Let's get started. What do our Leos need to know? Current situation. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Past influence. High Priestess. Present influence. Now, I don't think of the Five of Pentacles as a negative card. It's kind of sometimes a realization card. Page of Swords. Again, that's a realization card too. Negative. Page of Wands. Positive. Four of Swords. What you don't see. Eight of Cups. What to look for. Devil. Unexpected. Eight of Swords. Challenge. Page of Pentacles. Future influence. Two of Wands. Outcome. King of Cups. Where does this lead? Chariot. Six of Cups. Four of Cups. We'll stop there. Fool. Okay. Fool's at the bottom of the deck. So let me get a gander of the cards here really quick. So the Fool, okay, so the Fool card is about, right, taking leaps of faith, new beginnings, but doing it kind of like, just allowing, not overthinking something, just going into it. I feel like there may have been something that you jumped into that you did not overthink, but I get the overall feeling that you feel like you should have overthought it. Not to overthink it, but you thought more about it, made a better plan. The High Priestess is in your past. I'm going to give a general. The High Priestess is in your past, so I feel like that's just really about you contemplating something. And maybe it was taking this leap of faith, kind of searching within, because the High Priestess is all about our intuition, our inner self, our higher self. The Five of Pentacles is a position where you may not feel like you're in a great position, but it's also in the realization that you may need to do something differently than you've done in the past. So if you've, when we're trying to conquer something, or, get answers or whatever, you've usually gone a certain way to do that, and you're realizing that, no, this isn't working. I've got to do something different here. So it's a feeling of taking a different path, or looking at answers where you normally wouldn't. And I feel like that comes from the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords to me is a lot of times about an aha moment. So I feel like that's kind of what's driving this for you to think, no, I got to do something differently here. There's something that's not happening quite the way you like. With the Page of Wands in the negative, I feel like that you really want to jump into something, but it may not serve you well this time. I do feel like you're realizing that, but you still want to do that. The Four of Swords in your positive is, yeah, no, you need time to work through this a little bit. You need some downtime here. What you don't see is the Eight of Cups. There is something fated here that either you need to go to, or and I feel like you might not even realize that this path is something that you really need to do. It's like very, it's a spiritual thing. Going back to that High Priestess, it's a very spiritual thing for you. We'll dig into that one, definitely. Devil is in what to look for. And I feel like that's, again, going back to doing things the same way, being attached to a certain idea. I don't think this is an attachment to a person. I think it's an attachment to an idea. You may need to look at this on a different level, in a different way. The Eight of Swords. I think you're surprised that how stuck you are right now, because you're normally not, right? You normally probably, being a Leo, you probably are pretty like good at not being stuck, good at making moves and moving forward, and using your energy and your motivation to move. But there's something here that's really got you like stuck. Again, I have a feeling it has to do with the way you're doing things, not necessarily a situation. It's getting out of I've always done this way, and now I need to take a whole different perspective here on this situation in particular. The Page of Wands is your challenge. That's the patience to work through this situation. You are quite able to figure things out, but if you're not patient about it, then it's going to be hard. So if you look at the Page of Wands in your negative, let's go back to that for a second. The Page of Wands is about sometimes doing things without thinking about it. I feel like that's like what you've normally done. You don't have to think too heavily. You don't have to plan so much. Things have worked out for you, and that's a good thing. I mean, like sometimes that's just the way it works. But in this situation, it's going to be hard because you do kind of need to work more through it than just at it. The Two of Wands, though, in your future is good because the future influences you making those plans, figuring these things out, taking a moment to really working through it. And then the King of Cups is in your outcome, which is really I get a feeling this could be someone will clarify it, but it also could be you learning that you just might need to go with the flow for a little bit. And that is okay because it does lead to a new beginning here with that Chariot that's kind of going to remind you a little bit of the past. Also, I feel like though too after that's the Four of Cups. I will say that's kind of like understanding that you still need to go with your eyes wide open, basically. So, anyway, with these two, I don't. I really. Well, yeah, I'm not going to clarify those. The High Priestess in your past influence. There's something here that's been telling you that you need to do things differently, and then the Five of Pentacles. So we've got the Page of Swords is the influence here in the now, and the Five of Pentacles is where you're at. So this influence is what you're going, I need to do things differently. Kind of tired of taking a back seat, tired of feeling like I have to hide myself. I want to do things differently because things aren't quite working out. And it comes from this idea. This Page of Swords is like an epiphany for you when this comes in. And it's like, okay, now I know what I can do. I get it. I need to do this differently. You may not know exactly how to do it, but you need to do it differently. The Page of Wands is in your negative. And I feel like this is, you really want to just jump and do, because that's your personality, right? I want to go, I want to jump, I want to do, I want this to start, I got to get it started. But the Page of Wands is, this may not be the best way to handle this situation, and that's why it's in the negative. Because the strength is, or the positive is, no, it's good. This is good thing that you're taking this time, because so this is a healing card, but not only is it healing, when you heal, you learn things too about yourself a little bit, right? So I feel like this is taking that time to just allow things to be and to not force them. You can work through them, but don't force them. And I feel like this is a really good time for you right now. The Eight of Cups is in what you don't see. This energy is definitely moving away from something, walking away from something that's no longer serving you. But being it's in the position of what you don't see, it could be someone else. Definitely could be someone else. Tell me more about this Eight of Cups, please. Ten of Cups, Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Okay, this could be a relationship that you are really trying to figure out. And again, going back to that Five of Pentacles, how to do it differently. This is the decision that has to be made. And what you don't realize is that there is some kind of energy that's pulling you away. And if this is a relationship, they could be walking away from it as well. Or not as well, or they could be the ones walking away, because with the Ten of Cups there, and I think it's not that they're going to, that they're deciding whether to or not. And again, I wonder if this is a relationship where something keeps repeating itself. because it's got to be handled differently. We've got to do this differently. And I think the other person in this situation is feeling the same way. If it doesn't change, you got to walk away from it. The devil is in what to look for. Now, this is usually attachments, but I feel like this is attachments to doing things the same way. It's not necessarily attached to someone or addicted to someone. It's the idea that you think you can you get better answers by doing it over and over again the same. And it feels to me like if this is a relationship that's kind of feeling stuck, it's because you're not doing things differently. Neither one of you probably. There needs to be a change in how things are done, how things are looked at, how you interact, or something needs to change here because the same way is not working. And the cards are screaming that. Like everything I'm running into in this deck is screaming it. The the Eight of Swords is the surprise, as the unexpected energy. And I think you're not used to being stuck in a situation. And I think you realize that the unexpected energy that's coming in could be this reading right now. You realizing that you're going to be stuck until you look at doing something from a different angle, a different way. And then until you do, you're not moving. You're not moving. And I think the reason why too it's unexpected, you're not used to being stuck. You're not used to feeling like you can't move. The challenge is the Page of Pentacles here. The challenge is the deep dig. Look how that hole's really deep. He didn't find his answers until he dug deep. That's the challenge. You've got to dig deep. You've got to really look into this. Really allow yourself to do the work here. There is, with these pentacles, the Five of Pentacles and this pentacle, there is a feeling of patience here a little bit too, that, things can't happen overnight. And even with the Two of Wands, so you have the Two of Wands and the future influence. This is everything coming together though, because the Two of Wands is about making those plans, doing the work to actually make the plans. You have this aha moment with that Page of Swords. Okay, I got to do things differently. I've got to change things up a little bit. Okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And this is your influence into the future on this is how I can get there. So then it leads to the outcome being the King of Cups, which I will clarify because I feel like this could be someone coming in or you actually going, no, I'm going to take it easy, man. I'm not going to try to control the situation. I'm not going to try to force the situation. I am just going to go with it. I'm going to go with the flow, allow things to happen as they are supposed to happen, not over navigate it. Let it just be, because that's different than what you've always done in the past. So let's take a look at this. And I believe that's what it is. Yes, Queen of Wands, which is you. Ace of Wands, Three of Swords, getting through that separation. Like, this has been hard, no doubt. But you're giving yourself a new chance to get yourself away from this sad heartache feeling. But whatever it is, this new opportunity will lead you in the right direction. Now, there could be a getaway here. So there could be this feeling that you may need to take a separation, whether that separation be for a weekend, a day, a night, whatever. And that's why I feel like it leads to the Chariot. I feel like you are going to be definitely full steam ahead here in a little bit. And what I worry about, though, is you're going to be full steam ahead. It's going to take you right back to how things were in the past. And that's where you need to open your eyes again. So you will relive this if you're not careful. This is, free will and all. You're getting the reading. If you go back and go, nope, I'm going to force this situation, then you're going to be reliving the same thing from the past, and then you're going to wonder what the hell you did with the Four of Cups there. Why am I not getting what I want? Well, you're not getting what you want because you keep doing it over and over again the same. So you need to get out of that cycle. Like, you've got to get out of that cycle. There's a cycle happening here that's a really struggle to break. And until that cycle is broken and changed, it's always going to end up being the same. What is the advice for our Leos here? Nine of Swords. Maybe it's saying overthink. Maybe you need to think a little bit. Like, if I mean, the Nine of Swords is a stressful card, but it's about overthinking. And maybe as advice, we're saying, okay, maybe think and do some thinking here before you move too quickly. Take the time to overthink something. And I'm not usually that way with this card. I don't ever think overthinking is good. So maybe don't overthink it, but think about it differently. Take that time to really think about it differently and allow this kind of card to shock you into doing something a little different. Right now on the same path, you discover something here with this King of Cups that you really need to go with the flow, but your mind changes, and then you just go after it with that Chariot all out, and then you go, oh, the shit, this is the same thing again. And I feel like until you knock yourself over the head, it's going to be the same, or do away with it. I mean, you have choices here. You know that you always have choices. Your free will, you can go the way you want to. But more importantly, think about things differently. How can this be done differently? Because every card here is talking about being needing to revisit how you're working on this. And it feels like it's coming from the other person as well. So whatever this relationship is to you, and maybe it's the two of you need to get together and say, this is how we need to do it differently, or what can we do that's because obviously what we're doing isn't working. So I would also reach out to that, but there's definitely work that still will need to be done after for a while. So you've got time, but hopefully you can change the trajectory of this situation, and it can work itself out. So there you have it, Leo. I hope you liked it. Please hit that thumbs up button and take care. Have a beautiful day.